to my channel. So for today's video we are starting a brand new series over on my channel. So before we jump straight into that, I'm gonna ask you to do one thing for me, and that is, if you can, please can you smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. So by doing that, you know, it really helps me, it motivates me, and I just appreciate it. So let's get on to the video. So for today's video we are going to be talking about my experiences with dating with my ADHD. So we're going to be talking about the complexity, some of the weird, awkward situations that I found myself in because of my ADHD traits. So as many of you guys know, I'm pretty awkward around the touchy, feely kind of sex subject. But I've had my fair share of like awkward, toe-curlingly horrifying dates. Trust me, I've been in situations where I've just wanted to walk out and scream. I'm just here to kind of share those moments with you, and I'm going to tell you how my ADHD affects my dating life. I've been on dates with a variety of different guys, you know, they're not all the same, but they've always got one thing in common, and that is they're complete beep heads, you know, fill in the blank. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you some things that just make dating hard for me, I guess. So if I was you, I'd go grab a big bucket of popcorn, a big cup of tea, and just sit back and get ready to laugh, because trust me, I'm weird. Yeah, I'm weird. Thinking about it, I'm outing myself a bit here. If you're watching this and you think, oh, I'd love to go on a date with you, I'm so sorry. Like, I am genuinely a weird person. And if you still like me after that, then I guess we're pretty much made for each other. I mean, who would want to date me? Here are the most embarrassing, weird ADHD moments I've had on dates. So let's get going. So I guess you guys probably know this, but when I'm on dates and I'm in an uncomfortable environment that I'm not completely comfortable in, I talk way too much. Like, way too much. I literally start to repeat myself. Literally, I'll be like, oh, how are you? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Then I'll be like, oh, so how are you? And they're looking at me like, what the... So then I start interrupting them, I overtalk them. Then, you know, I just get a bit like verbal diarrhea. I'm just talk. And then I kind of notice to myself, Molly, you know, you're talking about yourself a lot. And I mean, I'm telling them about my great ancestors, and I'm talking about like things that they'd probably think like, what the, you know, what the hell are you telling me that for? It's our first date, darling. Yeah, so I talk way too much. So that's one kind of embarrassing thing that's happened to me on every single date. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now because I talk way too much. So the next one is, I have absolutely no eye contact. Like, I find it hard to like stare into this camera and like keep eye contact with a camera. That's a bloody camera. So when I'm on dates, I'm looking at everything but the man in front of me. You know, I'm just staring at a fork because I'm just like, this is super uncomfortable, like this is awkward, like where do I look? So yeah, I pretty much just look everywhere but him, and then I'm like, does he think I'm a freak? Because like, I literally, I'm looking everywhere, like he's talking to me and I'm just like looking around because I'm thinking, where am I meant to put my eyes? Like, if I look him in the eyes, is he gonna think I'm a weirdo? Like, if I don't look him in the eyes, is he gonna think I've got something wrong with me? You know, I just, it's difficult. So yeah, lack of eye contact. I literally don't really, and some like boys, they're really like good, confident eye contact, and I definitely don't have that. And some people might assume that I'm weird because I've had that said to me before. You know, you're being rude, you can't look me in the eye. It's not that. Don't flatter yourself, it's not just you. Like, I can't look no one in the eye. So yeah, lack of eye contact is a pretty hard thing for me to do on dates. So the next one is fidgeting all the time. You know, I move awkwardly, I'll sit awkwardly, and then I'll just start like talking awkwardly, and then I'm just like literally like this, you know, sat eating dinner and I'll be like this, like because I just can't, like, I don't know, I just can't regulate how I'm feeling, and it's almost like excited that I'm on a date, and then I'm super nervous, and then anxious, everything comes together, and it's kind of like, what do I do? My body's just like I just can't get enough of like this energy, and I'm just like, ugh. So yeah, like people probably, you know, if they don't know that I have ADHD before the date, like they're gonna 100% know I probably do on the date. So yeah, I just guess just being, I find it hard to be me. So when I am being self-conscious, or you know, when I'm on a date, it's very hard for me to allow myself to be myself because I don't accept myself for who I am. So it's very like, I try to be someone else, you know, like I mask who I am, and then I end up being someone I'm completely not, but I'm not comfortable with that, so it comes out. You know, it's just people can see through that sometimes and they don't like that. So it's pretty hard for me to kind of be camouflaged with my ADHD because it just comes out without me being able to control it. So this is one that I am really guilty for, right? It's super embarrassing because it's kind of like, I mean, it is, for men, it's probably a massive like turn off. Like they probably don't want this to happen on their first date, but I do it, right? So I will literally plan out my whole entire life with this guy on the first date. So I'll be thinking about a baby name. Oh, won't our babies look cute? Or like, what mortgage will we, like, yeah, so what house will we buy? Or like, you know, where can we go travelling? Like, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we're on our first date, but I've only just met this guy and I'm pretty much, you know, going to be asking him to marry me any second. So yeah, I just get a little bit ahead of myself and very impulsive, and it's kind of like, I don't know, I just will plan my life out literally on the first date. Like, yeah, I would marry the person because I'm so vulnerable and naive. I think everyone's like gonna like me, and then it's kind of like, So yeah, I just plan my whole life out, and that's a big turn off to some guys. So yeah, don't do that on your first date. So, as well, again, this is like a typical ADHD thing. I'm super boisterous and hyper without realising it, and I don't mean like hyper as in like bouncing off the walls hyper. I mean the way that I talk. I talk way too fast, and I sometimes literally see people like trying to like lip read because I'm talking so fast, and they're like bloody hell, like, yeah, I have absolutely no idea what I just said, and I'm like, why did he say yeah? I was asking him what his favourite colour is. So yeah, my communicational skills on a date are not great because I talk quite fast, I talk way too much. This person ain't gonna get a word in edgeways, like let's just get that done. Like it's pretty much a Molly show on a date because I can't help it. This is something you guys, you know, I've already spoken about, and that is I get very paranoid that I'm gonna be made to have sex, or, you know, not like I'm gonna have to engage in sex because otherwise, you know, I'm going to disappoint that person, or I have to kiss them, or, you know, affectionate is not me. I do not like contact with people. I find it very, like, I just don't like it. So I'm not going to go back into it because it's super awkward for me. So I just like compliments, affection, kind of like getting in my own bubble. I don't like it. I find it extremely awkward. And again, boys are not going to want that. They are going to want to know that you are like, you're liking them, and I don't give that vibe off because I don't really know how to. So I personally just automatically assume like, oh my god, they're going to make me sleep with them or something like that, you know. I just feel quite peer pressured by my own self, like not by them, by me. So we kind of just spoke about it, like self-conscious, but I thought I'd have to put this one down because it's definitely something I find extremely awkward, and it's very hard for me personally to deal with it. It sets off social anxiety, like I just end up having a panic inside my head eating in front of someone. So I find it very awkward to eat in front of someone that I may not 100% be comfortable with, or haven't really got to know on a personal level yet. So when it comes to eating in restaurants, I panic, and I don't actually like those dates because it's not an environment I feel comfortable in. You know, eye contact, eating in front of people, just kind of is not my thing. The next time the next video is going to be a real cool video, and it's going to be kind of like based around what I would want from a date. So I hope that you guys have really enjoyed this video and you kind of don't feel alone in the scenarios of like what I've spoken about. So if I could give you a tip, it would be just be yourself, be open, be honest, and don't rush into things. Always just let things happen naturally. Don't force yourself. Don't like feel peer pressure to do it, or like don't be paranoid. Just go with the flow. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this video. I can say that I actually enjoyed filming it because it just makes me kind of laugh at just how awkward I am. But I really hope that you guys have enjoyed it because I know some of you will be feeling kind of the same way that I do on dates. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!